Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Larry Duncan Allen. This is No More Water. 5. Next time. I'm happy you can join us. As you can see by the title, it says how AI is destroying ethnic image. And I'm talking about a lot of things you see on social media, like the fight videos that you see. And I had often wondered, why come I lived around black people all of my life, and yet I never seen all this fighting. I haven't seen any of that. Last time I saw a lot of fighting when I was a child. Children do that. But now, you see a lot of fighting among adults, all in stores, especially black women. And I've never seen that in person. And so I checked it out, and what I found out is that AI, a lot of this is generated by AI, and it's not actually real videos. Because if you check, just look at the videos. See, AI has gotten very smart. It can even mimic the camera shaking and people talking in the background. Just look at the videos. How can you pummel somebody, beat them 30 times in the face, yet you never see any swelling, you never see any blood? I had always noticed that. Now, many of these videos are not even made here in this country. They're made other places. They can just take people's images, and AI will create the fight. Now, do people hate us that much until they have to find different other ways to just make us look bad? I mean, we're supposed to be inferior. Can't you let us do it on our own? If that's the case, if we're inferior, let us do it on our own. I mean, inferior people don't need anyone helping them to be inferior. Or is your life that miserable until you have to sit around and create things against people who are minding their own business? You can't find anything better to do? You just can't play fair, can you? You always have to create an advantage for yourself. And I'm not talking about just no one people. A lot of it come from India, Russia, and even China. And it's black people they chose to put on all these videos, especially black women. And I haven't seen black women doing all that fighting. Fussing a lot, yeah. But I haven't seen black women doing all that fighting. I haven't seen all that type of fighting since I was a kid. I haven't seen grown people fighting like that before. I mean, what's the purpose of it? If someone is inferior, like you say, they will look bad on their own. They don't need you helping them. What are you afraid of? You see, do you know something that you're trying to keep from happening? Like you so you don't try to destroy people who you think are inferior. You do things to uplift them. That's what I've always seen. People try to destroy something that they think will take their place. That's better than them. We don't make AI videos to destroy other people's image. We don't have time for that foolishness. We don't have time for that to sit around making videos about people just to make them look bad. And then get on social media and, oh yeah, like they're just inherently violent. When you know all that stuff is not even true. You're going to hit somebody in the face 30 times. Don't knock them out. No swelling. No blood. And you actually think that's real? Just look it up. They'll tell you that the majority of those videos aren't real. And the ones that are real are many times staged. How in the world you in a fight and you got a mic on? Both of you mic'd up. Are you catching somebody cheating and getting a fight and everybody's mic'd up, got a mic on? And then people think it's real. The ones who think it's real is real because they want it to be real. And black folks, we eat that stuff up too. You eat it up, making all those fake skits. But come you can't make a skit about something worthwhile? Why it's gotta be fighting and cheating and well, you have to make those type of skits. We see that all the time. Make something new. I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back.
Hi, we're here today to promote the Juneteenth Art Contest. This year we have 2 categories. We have the youngest, the 12th through 5th grade, the K through 5th grade. We want all the artists to submit their original art piece, whether it be sculptures, abstract, watercolor, however you want to submit it. It has to be an original art piece. And the first place prize is $186.50. We also have the second category, which will be 6th through 12th grade. Again, we want original art pieces. Submit them by June 18th. Please get your submissions in.
Okay, I'm back. Have you ever noticed how on social media you see a lot of the same type of posts and videos? Then when that go down, then you see more. At one time, you used to have a bunch of fat women, obese women, dancing around on social media. Then they had black men fighting one time. Now they mostly have black women up fighting. On Instagram, got little girls. You know those girls are too young to be on all over there dancing. That's why I quit going to TikTok, to that section, because you see them little bitty girls. Nobody wants to see no little girls dancing like that. At least I don't. And then one time, then sometimes you see nothing but people in church, praise dancing in church, which that's fine. But they have algorithms of what people want to see. And it's not black people posting these videos of these fights. It's not all of some. We post some, but it's not all black people posting that stuff. It's people who want to make our ethnic image look bad. They're posting a lot of it. And we go on there posting and the black people, we're just as bad blaming fighting on because people black. Why do we have to do this? You doing it, I don't do that. That's the same thing the racists say. You're doing it because you're black. People fight. Only difference is when the other people fight, they talk about the fight. But when black people fight, they talk about the person's race. Because they've been trained to think that way. See, people think they're thinking on their own around the world, and especially in this country. But they train you how to think. They put certain things out there in front of you. They have white people feeling a certain way about black people. And that's why when they start finding, many of them start finding out the true history, that's why they started this woke thing. You never heard white people talking about woke before. Many white people were siding with black people. They started helping doing most of the protesting for black people. And the powers that be, they let frighten in them. So we're losing grips. The white people, they're getting in with the black people. So that's when the woke movement started. It's not to prevent black people from learning, we already know. It's to prevent white people from learning the things that has happened, the things that are really happening. That's what that is for. Many white people didn't know about how black towns was burnt down. I mentioned this last night. They didn't know about it. They didn't know about it. They thought all black people wanted was handouts. They didn't know how that when white immigrants came here, they was given land, given tools and seed, and they was given grants to run those farms, and black people were given nothing. See, they didn't know about that. They didn't know about how black neighborhoods was redlined, that anyone from certain addresses, they couldn't even get a home loan. The way black people started buying homes, they started buying them from the white owners when they was doing white flights. That's how a lot of black people bought homes. They paid the owner monthly. Some was able to slip through the cracks and get a loan and buy homes, and the loans were very high, and many of them would lose those homes. And then, when one person is advantaged, of course your society is going to be more structured. You've had all the advantages. And then when another is not advantaged and is disadvantaged, of course your society is not going to be as structured. People are going to be in survival mode. People in survival mode commit crimes. People in survival mode steal. Have you ever watched those movies about the apocalypse? And when society reverts, where people were in survival mode, you saw people was taking other folks' stuff, killing people. You couldn't trust anyone. That's what happened when people in survival mode. You still got a lot of black people in survival mode. And those are the ones doing the stealing. And to prove my point, working class black people commit very little crime. An FBI report came out a few years ago that says 90% of the crime in black areas are committed by less than 2% of repeated offenders. Not new people, but repeated offenders between the ages of 14 and 22. What happened at 22? Many of them, went to prison, got killed, got jobs. You rarely see black people in gangs. When they start getting up around their 20s, they get out unless you're one of those OGs that's running it. But usually, the majority, when they start getting in their 20s, they get out of gangs. Other people be around here, old great granddads riding motorcycles, still in gangs. And when you see when they get up to working class, that's very little crime. There's gonna be some, because that's human beings, but that's very little. But most of the violent and serious crimes is those from 14 to 22. And as you get further out, you start going out in suburbs, all those beautiful cities and towns out in the suburbs, working class black people that's virtually crime free. If black people was inherent to crime, why come those people are not committing crimes? Because they're not in survival mode. Even in many of the cities, there's certain communities right there in the violent cities where the people are working and doing fine. Those areas are virtually crime free. There's not crime all over these cities. It's in certain spots. But people talk what they don't know because that's what they want to believe. And if they find out to the contrary, they're not going to believe it, don't want to listen to it, because they love getting on social media because they have to have someone to look down on. That's what keeps their sanity, having someone to look down on. They say, well, at least I'm doing better than them. Oh, they're savages. At least we're doing better. Now, you don't want us to be so talk about who's the real savage, who's been a savage all around the world, killing off nations at a time. So let's not go there about the savage thing. Killed out tens of millions at a time. But see, with this AI, with it's all people ethnic image may be tainted by it, but they mostly gone after us. It's mostly fight videos of black people you see up on social media, and most of it is fake. You see the beatings those people take and get up like nothing happened? AI. Or either staged. I'm not saying all of them are staged. Of course, people fight, you know. But when I see fight, like I said, when I see fight videos of other people, there's they have the people talk about the fight. But then when I see videos of black people, they talk about the race of the person that's fighting. You don't have nothing better to do. I mean, you talk about us all day long. We're not this, we're not that. Well, why are you so interested in us? What makes us so interesting to you that you troll us all day long, looking for something to say, and you sound so damn ridiculous? And if you knew better, you see how ridiculous you sound. Because you don't know what you're talking about. See, we have better things to do. We don't get all up in everybody else's business. We got our own business to deal with. We don't need to get in yours. Because we got a lot coming ahead, and so do you. See? Your orange boy you put in there, he's getting you too. You running your people out for farms and brought him some new farmers in. Some new hillbillies from South Africa. He brought him some new farmers in. We have N-words of all colors now. How gonna be the new N-words? All colors. That was just gonna be us all the time, huh? But y'all about to catch it. And then whose image you gonna be putting up on AI then? But I can't say it's just here. It's some of it come from India and China and Russia, because they want to see division in the United States. They wanted to see it. But it didn't take them to do it. It would have been there anyway. They just helping it along, but it's there anyway, even without them. But people know that if you do things on a racial tone, it's gonna appeal to you. You can't help it. As Lyndon Johnson said, if you can teach the lowest white man that he's better than the best black man, you can pick his pocket and he'll never know it. And he said, you keep it going, he'll open his pockets and give it up for you. And that's what you did with Trump. He picked your pockets, and he told you what he was going to do, and you opened it up for him. Why? Because you thought he was going to hurt other people who didn't look like you. And you Latinos, I just don't know what to say about you all. You knew what he was going to do to you. See, the Puerto Ricans thought he was going to do it to the Mexicans. The Cubans thought he was going to do it to the Puerto Ricans. All of them voted for him out of hatred towards someone else, out of spite. The white figured he would put on black folks' neck, and you black folks who voted MAGA, I don't know what you were thinking. You thought he was going to, the MAGA Negroes was going to get by? That's what you was thinking? And what they said, they couldn't stand you at the MAGA rallies. because they figure you was pitiful. Why in the world would he want to get him, or he or she want to get involved in this, knowing what we want to do to them? What, you thought they had love for you? They said many of them didn't even speak it to the black people at the mega rally. But look them up and down. I'm gonna say, yeah, what you doing here? You gotta be a serious fool to be here. You're gonna vote. And they didn't say it, but it's probably what they're thinking. I'm just speculating right now. But yeah, this AI is going too far. I get friends requests from people. And I get a notification saying that a person accepted a friend's request from me on Facebook, but I never sent them a request. AI is sending it for you. And I don't know who it may have sent friend requests on behalf of me, and the people just didn't accept it. I don't know who it may have sent it to, and neither do you. Sometimes I go to my old iPad and go on Facebook because it doesn't get AI. It has AI, but not to the level of now, because it has to be updated to a certain level. And it's updated as far as it can go because it's an old one. So I use it sometimes just to get past AI. Because I try to type things, AI wants to type it for me. And I'm pretty sure it's sent out some friend requests in my behalf. But see, when it posts things when people, like I said about even in other countries, they're making a lot of those videos, but people know what you like. They know you like talking against black people, so they post it. And when they see you keep, and see all those fights, and I found out also a lot of those fight videos, they don't even really aim them at black people. They're aimed at other people. The algorithms is aimed at other people. Don't you ever wonder why all these other folks coming on these black sites, commenting on our stuff? But yet their sites don't come up to us, we rarely do. But everything we do is coming up for them. Because they've been coming to it, looking for it, and now it's being sent to them. And they love every minute of it. But I tell you what, keep on loving it. Pretty soon when your boy Vladimir Trump gets done with you, Trump putting it to you. So one thing about him, all he care about is rich people. He don't care about you poor white folks. He don't care about you Latinos, and he don't care about the working class, the middle class. All he care about is billionaires. So you did it to yourself this time. Yeah, I knew one day the racism was going to destroy you. And it's coming. You see, the Caucasian and the United States dominance of the world it's coming to an end, and they see it. The United States as an empire is crumbling. The signs are there. The same thing that happened to the British Empire. When you see a great empire going out trying to expand out to other people's land, just as Putin is doing in Russia, and Trump want to take Canada and Greenland. He's trying to get other people raw resources. That's what an empire in decline does. That's what the British and the French did so they could stay in power longer. They're going to soon fail. But to stay in power and prop themselves a little bit longer, they seek to expand. They seize other land. They seek to expand and go after other natural and raw resources. That's what these nations are doing. Europe And then, everyone, many people have had their reign as the dominant power on earth, not just the Caucasians. Not the Genghis Khan era, the Timbuktu and the Egyptian era. But sooner or later, all great empires, they don't come to an end, but they just take their normal place in the world. Such as the French. The French claim now that their quality of life is better, that they dropped out of the empire and colonial stuff. Less worries. Yes, better if you robbed Africa of everything, took out, built yourself up off their natural resources, had them still paying you money because they got you out and you got to pay you reparations for the stuff you stole. And the United States helped back a lot of that. Like I said last night, that's how Haiti is poor. And you see no one's even trying to help them. Haiti is poor because they no one could conquer them, and they got angry about it. They ran the French out, and the United States and France kept them out of the monetary fund. They couldn't get any loans from the banks, so they had to, unless they paid France for the stuff they didn't let them steal. And it took them 100 years to pay it. And it left them poor. That's why whatever happened to France, England, any of those places, I could care less. Ukraine, all of them. Russia, China, I can care less what happened to them. I'm in this country, so I do have a vested interest, but if certain things crumble, if they crumble and just become just another nation in the world, I won't cry any tears. If the United States no longer a superpower, I wouldn't cry about it. I don't have the urge to run the world. I just want to live in it. You got nations in Africa, they didn't have that type of thinking. If somebody, they welcome people in, want to share with people, they end up taking all this stuff. They're pretty dumb letting them do it though. I just don't see how they allow that to happen because many of the places weren't conquered by war. They just gave this stuff up. Well, let us mine this for you. And then they get a few little pennies out of every dollar. Yeah, but they didn't have the type of heart to want to try to just run the world and build weapons that'll kill, they can just destroy the planet. It takes diabolical people to think of such things. Weapons that would kill cities and nations at a time. Yet, with inferior people, take some diabolical people to even phantom something like that. So you keep using your AI. Sooner or later, you're going to need it. So try to make us look bad. Because when Trump get done, you're going to need something to make you feel good. And when you sitting in your trailer, you have to leave that beautiful home you had. Sitting in your trailer or your tent, scrounging around for some food. Remember your boy who took your government job, made all his rich buddies even richer, while you were sitting around on social media looking for some black folks fighting. You'd rather have him in than to vote for a black woman. And I'm going to be honest with you, many people, even the people who say they don't like Trump, seem to like the drama that he brings. Turn on the news or go on the internet every day to see what Trump did this time. I tell you, while you was on AI watching us, you wasn't watching the orange guy, because he told you everything that he was going to do. And he's doing it. And he's not done yet. So, continue to make your main statements, making your statements about the people in North St. Louis, how they, when the tornado hit, talking about they gonna go after they saw people, set up and was passing out donations. When nighttime comes, they're gonna loot all of it. They showed the torn down houses, all those houses wasn't any good anyway. It actually looked better now than it did before. Man, all those type of statements. And these are grown people doing this. You know what? It's not the young white folks who do that. It's the old ones. You don't see old black people doing stuff like that, saying stuff like that. It's young black people that do that. When we get older, we grow up. We cut a lot of that foolishness out. When you get old, you get worse. The kids are not making these type of statements. They're not on social media doing it. That's you. That's why your kids turned you in on January 6th when you went there. A lot of your kids turned you in. One girl posted her mother. First it was a boy turned his father in. Then there's one girl, she put up a picture of her mother with her face all bloody and said, and she told me don't go to a Black Lives Matter rally because it may get violent. But she went to January 6th and on the screen with her face all bloodied. One woman came in on her private jet to join that mess. Now what black woman you know who has a private jet would even think about doing something like that? You had state representative, policeman, fireman. You wouldn't find her black equivalent going there to do something like that, because when we make money, we get better. When you make money, you get worse. Find me a working class black community, and I'll show you there's very little crime where the people are working and are allowed to make a living. I said allowed, because many times we're not allowed to do what we want to do. But then you want it like this, so you can do. Get on social media, create your posts, and false posts, and some of you black people creating false posts too. Why you do that to your people, I don't know. I can kind of understand them doing it, but why would you do it? Why don't you make one of them instead of making one of your own people? They're not making one of their people. You believe when you see them on there fighting, it's real. But you got black people get on there and make AI posts of black people fighting. Man, why don't you make one of them like they're doing us? They're not making their people, they're making us. And you're making us. Good and well, as I said before, you can't beat a person like that and you don't see no blood, no swelling or anything. Or they never get knocked out. A 250-pound man punch a woman and she don't fall down. I'm not nearly that size, and I know if I punch one, she's going to sleep. I'm going to put her to sleep. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, I'm just using an example. But I know if I was to punch a woman, I'm putting her to sleep. And you see my size, so you know a man that size, if he punched a woman, he's putting her to sleep. But not when it's fake or when it's when it's AI generated. If you notice, on a lot of those skits, a lot of them are skits. They're not really even hitting each other. Their elbow coming up against each other. If you look at them close. I often wonder, why come I lived in the heart of black people. East St. Louis, North St. Louis, Chicago, the west side of Chicago, Los Angeles, and South Central. I've never seen all that fighting, male or female. I really haven't seen fighting since school. But on social media, that's all you see every day. I've been in Walmart. I go to Walmart. I don't see people fighting or arguing. You may see somebody get angry about something that happened in the store, but all races I've seen have done that. But you have to have someone to look down on. So keep posting your AI stuff. It's going to work against you one day. Excuse me. Just like voting against your own interests is now working against you. Your own spite towards other people is now coming to haunt you. Think about it. So I'm going to call it a night. And I have my Cash App. Support it if you can, because I like to keep this program going, and so I can bring other people in, because I'm better at debates with other people, talking with other people, getting their view, and I give mine, and then just sitting, talking myself, because I don't like using teleprompters. I have them, but I don't use them. I just talk. Only way I would use teleprompter is to give an intro or an outro, but not for my for what I have to, not for my content that I have to speak of. That's why sometimes I have to get out subject and then have to come back. But we since we're so, we've been the interests of the world. And I'm not talking about Africans, I'm talking about the people right here in the United States, the black people in the United States. Why are the world so interested in us? But now they're posting a lot of this stuff you see, these little girls dancing all over the place. It's from South Africa. And why they let their children do that, I don't know. Then the reels pop up, you can't help but see it. I don't watch it, but I see it. There's a difference. It pops up and you see it. I'm not watching no little girl twerking all around. Or no 300-pound woman twerking all around. But they know many people love that type of stuff. They eat it up quick. But we need to start trying to do better by ourselves, because we just about ruined our ethnic image. Not only have others done it, but we've done it also. We've done much of this we are to blame for. We ruined our own ethnic image. So support my Cash App if you can. It don't have to be much, anything you want to send, because I want to keep this show going, because I have to have this show sustain itself. I can take from other shows to support this one. I think on Facebook you can send stars, but on YouTube you can actually hit my Cash App, and on Facebook, you sit on Facebook, you can also hit the Cash App, because I'm going to keep this going. Now I don't need a new car, I just want to keep the show going. Yeah, I just want to keep the show going. So and as you know, in this town it's hard to get sponsors, because there's not a whole lot of business to get sponsors from. But hit my Cash App if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm not going to talk very long tonight. There's a graduation going on about right over next door to me, East St. Louis Senior High School. There's a graduation going on over there. And they're having it indoors because of the weather. I haven't seen one indoors in quite a while. I don't think I ever I recorded ones indoors once. But I did last year's, but I didn't go live with it. But now they brought in another crew, they brought in a company. Now the independent person is not allowed over there anymore. But I'm going to tell you, the NFHS, they're taking over most of the high school games and all. They're a national company that give the high school equipment to broadcast on their network. Now, and they have a huge network. But many of the people tell me they never see the games. They say that it's coming up, but they never see it. I used to stream it live where everyone can see. and you barely supporting me. Now people coming to me asking me, when you gonna do the games? Are you gonna support me if I do? I could have came to the games and done it from the field, but I don't do it like that. I do it my way. And you can't insult me and throw me on this bus and think I'm gonna come. I don't have to whore after you. I got other things that I can do. See, black people, we can afford to sell our independent people out for these networks because we have some building to do. Other people can afford to do a lot of things that we can't do. We have to help our people in business and stop helping everyone else. Now the people telling me they don't even see the games. If they do, but it come on later. They want to see it live. But they got what they asked for. Because I would have thousands of people watching at one time. But you would barely hit my cash app. But yet if something go wrong, you complain more than anyone. You see, like if something happened to my live stream, it wasn't me. Many people many areas only have 2G Wi-Fi. My equipment take 4 and 5G. A lot of time it would buffer because the Wi-Fi was bad. I can't jump up to the satellite or go change their towers. I can't control the Wi-Fi. Why it's the same man who did 4 games flawless but can't do this one? You know, it wasn't me. But you never think a black man know what he's doing anyway. When the white guys, something go wrong, or they have a technical problem. When the black guy, something goes wrong, oh, he don't know what he's doing. It's him. So we have a lot of that racist. See, many black people have white supremacist thinking. We think we're inferior. We think we're the N-words. We think our folks don't know what they're doing. That's why you even get on social media where you see 2 black people fighting. It's we. Black folks doing always doing. You said it's because they're fighting because they're black, just like the other folks do. You know better than them. Many black people have white racist ideology because you know why? We came in the same ideology that they have. We've been programmed just like them. Sometimes I find myself, I check myself with that. If you came under the same nation, getting the same ideology, the same thoughts that are being put in them, being put in you. And we insult each other all day long on Facebook. Except when the black men, they be on there calling the black women queen. The black women be on there calling the men down low, deadbeats, every low down name you could think of. But see, it's nothing against white men. Back here, there was something I saw. Probably have to tell this. There was some state troopers doing a no-knock warrant here in town, close by Washington Park, but not quite in Washington Park, right off Caseyville. The man shot and killed one of the Illinois state troopers. Well, they thought he was still in the house, so they had everything blocked off. And I was down there with the media. All the networks, they was there. I was down there with my equipment, so it was in the street. There were people standing behind us. There was these black women standing behind me. They weren't saying anything. Most of the cops out there was white. Walking around with bird bellies, looking all kind of ways. Those black women said nothing. You know what happened? A black cop pulled up. And I know him. He's the police chief now, and he's also the pastor of a church. When he got out the car, probably best looking one out there. You know what those black women said? Where that crackhead come from? They said nothing against those white men. That's that programming I'm talking about. But when the black man got out the car, they looked at him for a minute, for a few seconds. They didn't want to say anything good. They couldn't find anything else to say, so they just said, where that crackhead come from? So we have that programming in us also. And AI didn't do it. When you've been taught that your people are nothing and you have no one else to look down on, you look down on your people. So other people have someone to look down on. We don't. So we look down on each other. When you go to another black person to say something to them and they don't know, they see you come, they're looking at you like, what the hell he want? That's the look they have on their face. Well, where he coming from? I wonder what he coming with. Because you've been trained to look down on your people. The comments we make on social media is just as bad as what the other people say. All the white guys I know who have messed around with black women, and I can't say have a relationship with them. They usually take them to the motel. They mess around with black women. They say all the black women, every last one of them, these guys that don't even know each other. So the black women tell them about how much she hates black men. But the black men I know who are with black women, they don't even allow those white women or whatever kind of women they know to even talk against black women. They're not with those women because they're white or Asian or Latino. They're with them because of the feminine qualities that they have. And they're tired of you walking around like you're a man. With all those masculine qualities. Jumping up in a man's face, arguing and fussing all the time. You know why you do that? You see him as inferior. You see the black man as inferior. And you really don't like him. You're just dealing with him because these other men of other races don't like you like that. Because if they did, a black man wouldn't be able to get one of you. You ought to be going to them because when a white man come around, he can get any one of you he want. You know why he can do that? Because you think he's better. So that thinking out what I've said about AI and the people's mind being programmed, I'm saying this to let you know our mind is programmed also. Mine, yours, to a certain extent also. Sometimes I have to catch myself on certain things, and I know better. Just think about the people who don't know better. You people, you Afrocentric people, call yourself so woke. You too. Because you can't take disagreement, and you call your people, as soon as one of your people disagree with you, you call them all kind of names. Trying to make them do things. They don't have to think like you. All of us don't have to think alike. Tell me, look on social media. I don't want black women think I'm just talking about them. I'm gonna put you through the test so you can see for yourself. Look on social media, on Facebook, all over social media. Look at the black men posts, look at the black women posts, and tell me who show hatred towards the other. You'll see for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. See who's calling queen, putting up beautiful pictures of them, and see who's talking about down low and putting up negative pictures and posts about him. You can look that up for yourself. And if you do say something negative about a white man, black woman gonna defend him. Did you see that picture of Serena Williams' husband, built like a teddy bear? Every woman, every black woman on that post defended him. Well, he rich, he got this, he got that. It wasn't about if he's rich or not, it was about the way he looked. The man had a straight chest like a child, built like a little boy, like a teddy bear. Now, you know Serena Williams had a black husband that looked like that? They've had that black woman would have been posting that picture all over social media, laughing at him, clowning him. When talking about down low, statistics says that more black women are homosexuals at a much higher rate than men. So stop with that down low stuff. You ought rather go out with your friends than your man. What's that about? You rather dance with other women, rubbing each other up and down. What's that about? So stop with that down low stuff. We don't say that stuff about you. Why you saying about us? Why? Because you've been programmed and don't realize it. Just do like I said, to do the test. Look at black men posts and look at black women posts and see who seems to hate the other. I see that my Wi-Fi is beginning to kind of, I can see myself on the return monitor. I'm thinking I'm moving fast, I'm moving slow, so I better call it a night on my return. It's about 25 seconds behind the live. But I'm going to call it a night. And see, I'm saying this to black people, men and women. So we can stop with the putting down of our own people also, and stop with the hateful ideology towards one another, because we got it in us too. Sometimes we talk worse than the racists do about each other and about our people. So I'm going to call it, and be sure to hit my Cash App even if I'm not live. Now I want to thank you for tuning in. I have to make me a new intro and outro because I got flagged with a copyright on it because of I'm going to put up my old intro because the new one I got flagged with a copyright on it because I had added some more to it. So I'm going to just download my old one and put it back up. Or maybe make me a new one. So that's why I didn't play it tonight. But everybody stay safe and let's help out the people in Tornado if we can. There's a lot of groups helping. I mean, many of the white churches. I heard some of them are helping, and giving donations. They're not like those idiots on Facebook. They're not like that. They usually give the most donations, to be honest with you. So you know who I'm talking about when I talked about those who's doing it. Those hiding behind social media, all tough behind social media. Get out in the streets, you little weasel. Well, we don't care, cause we don't. If I know the black people don't even respond to that stuff on that they say anymore, because don't care anymore. Because when Trump get done, you're gonna be on the level we're on. Let's see what you post then. And with that, I'm going to say good night. And I came on a little bit earlier than I normally do. And I'm going to try to come on earlier, but I'm so busy during the day, editing and doing stuff. So many times it's hard for me to come on early. I would like to come on during the day, but I just have so much to do. So good night, and thank you for tuning in to No More Water Fire next time. Because we tried water enough. It didn't work. So let's try some fire. Good night.